All right, let's talk about something every Amazon seller has to deal with, but almost nobody likes to think about: taxes. You've mastered sourcing, you've figured out PPC, but what about the money stuff that happens after a sale? Well, today we are diving headfirst into the often confusing but absolutely critical world of Amazon seller taxes.
And that quote, it really hits the nail on the head. We're not talking about a small oopsie here. This is a tangled web of rules and regulations where one wrong move, one tiny oversight, could literally cost you thousands in penalties and audits. A lot of sellers just kind of assume Amazon takes care of it all, and believe me, that is a very dangerous assumption to make.
So how in the world do we untangle this thing? Don't worry, we're going to break it all down. We'll start with the big picture, then dig into income and sales tax, talk about how you can save some serious cash with deductions, and then wrap up with the biggest mistakes to avoid and how to get help. Let's jump in.
First up, let's talk about this hidden tax web. See, it's so much more than just paying income tax at the end of the year. When you're an Amazon seller, you've really got three main jobs. You got to report all your income to the feds, you have to figure out the crazy puzzle of state sales tax, and you need to track every single expense to lower your tax bill.
And this number right here, this is why things get so complicated. Over 70% of Amazon sellers use FBA, Fulfillment by Amazon. And by doing that, without even realizing it, they're creating these complex tax obligations in multiple states, all because Amazon is storing their inventory in warehouses all over the country.
Okay, next up, reporting your income. When you're selling on Amazon, the IRS sees you as a business owner, plain and simple. And that means you are on the hook for reporting every single dollar that comes into your store. And you might be surprised at how low the bar is for them to know about you. Starting in 2024, if you make just over $600 in gross sales for the entire year, Amazon has to send you and the IRS a Form 1099-K. So yeah, even if you're just starting out, the IRS is getting a report card on your sales.
But here's the number one thing that trips sellers up. The gross payments number on that form, that is not your profit. Let me say that again. It is not your profit. It's the total revenue, the big number at the top, before Amazon takes its cut, before your ad spend, before shipping costs, before anything. It can look huge, which is exactly why you have to know your deductions.
All right, let's move on to what is, without a doubt, the most confusing part of this whole thing for most sellers: state sales tax. But here's the secret. If you can understand one little word, nexus, you can understand the entire puzzle. So what on earth is nexus? You can think of it as having a significant business connection to a state. If you have nexus, that state says, hey, you're doing business here, so you've got to play by our sales tax rules. And that means you have to register, collect sales tax from customers in that state, and then send it to the state government.
Now, there are a few ways to create this connection. The obvious one is physical nexus, like having an office somewhere. But for you FBA sellers, the big one, the automatic one, is inventory nexus. The second you send your products to FBA, Amazon scatters them across the country, instantly giving you nexus in states you might not have even heard of.
And then there's this thing called economic nexus. This isn't about where your stuff is, it's about how much you sell. Even if you ship from your own garage, if you sell, say, over $100,000 into a state or have more than 200 sales there, that state can say you have nexus and require you to collect their sales tax. Okay, I know what you're thinking. But wait, I see Amazon collecting sales tax on my orders. Don't they handle all this? And the answer is, kinda. Yes, thanks to what are called marketplace facilitator laws, Amazon does collect and pay the tax for you in most states. However, and this is a huge however, that doesn't get you off the hook. In many of those states where you have nexus, you are still legally required to register for a sales tax permit and file a tax return, even if that return just says you owe zero.
All right, let's switch gears. Enough about what you owe, let's talk about how to save some money. This is the good part. Tracking your business expenses isn't just about neat spreadsheets. It is a powerful way to legally lower your taxable income, which means you keep more of the money you earn.
The absolute king of all deductions is your cost of goods sold, or COGS. Now, this isn't just the price you paid your supplier for the product. It includes all the costs to get it onto Amazon's shelves, things like shipping from the factory and any import duties you paid. You take your revenue, subtract your COGS, and that gives you your gross profit.
And the savings don't stop there. I mean, think about it. Every single fee Amazon charges you, your ad spend, that keyword research tool you pay for every month, the money you paid your accountant. Oh, and this is a good one people forget. The cost of those professional product photos. All of it is a business expense that lowers the profit you pay tax on.
Okay, so we know what to report and what to deduct. Now let's talk about what not to do. The best way to stay compliant and off the IRS's radar is to just avoid the simple, common mistakes that so many other sellers make.
And this is a big one. Because you're a business owner, nobody is withholding taxes from your Amazon payouts like they do from a regular paycheck. So the IRS expects you to pay your taxes throughout the year in quarterly chunks. If you think you're going to owe more than $1,000 in tax for the year, you have to make these payments. Miss them and you'll get hit with penalties.
So if you only remember 3 things, let it be these. First, get a separate bank account for your business, right now. It makes tracking everything a million times easier. Second, do not ignore those sales tax filing requirements we talked about. And third, keep good records of everything. If you ever get that dreaded audit letter, your records are going to be your best friend.
Look, I get it. This is a lot. It can feel totally overwhelming, especially when you'd rather be focused on, actually growing your business. But the good news is you don't have to be a tax expert. There are amazing tools and services out there built just for sellers like you.
And that's really the dream, isn't it? I mean, imagine what you could accomplish if you could pour all that time you spend stressing about taxes and spreadsheets back into sourcing new products, optimizing your listings, and building your brand.
So how do you make that happen? With automation. There are tools that are absolute lifesavers. Sales tax software like TaxJar tracks your Nexus automatically. Accounting software like QuickBooks keeps your books clean. And these connector apps like A2X, they're incredible. They take those confusing Amazon payouts and sync them perfectly with your accounting software, breaking down every sale, fee, and refund for you.
But even with the best tools, you still need a strategy. At StarterX, we get it, because we're sellers too. We've been in the trenches, building and scaling our own Amazon stores from scratch. We've dealt with every single one of these tax headaches, and now we offer that hands-on, real-world expertise to manage all the complexity for you. So if you're ready to stop losing sleep over compliance and start focusing 100% on growth, we're here to help. We know how to automate an Amazon FBA store from top to bottom. Go ahead and take that next step. Book a free consultation with our team of Amazon experts. It's time to take back control of your business and your peace of mind.